going to be taking place later today. At what is happening right now. And that right there, who you see on your screen, that is Tyre Nicols' mother, Ravon Wells. She has been obviously following along and really just speaking on behalf of her son and the tragedy that happened just a month ago here in Memphis. So we're going to be following everything that is going on today inside the courtroom. Our Sydney Hawkins, she was there earlier this morning explaining, how we got to this point here in Memphis. So we are going to be taking a good look inside and really just bringing you the updates as we get them live right here on Action News 5. So we also know that in addition to the 5 officers who have been charged, there are other officers that we know are involved in this. They have not been charged as yet. Those charges have not been announced at this time, but we're obviously going to continue to follow that as well. One of the officers who was also not charged, but another officer who was fired in this case, that is Preston Hemphill, who you see on your screen. He was on scene. We saw him on video. In the video that was released by Memphis Police. He was one of those first folks that we saw on camera. He was fired about a week after those officers were fired from the Memphis Police Department. And so we are still following to see what other charges may come about. We're going to go back to the courtroom now already. And as we are showing you, the family of Tyre Nicols, they're inside the courtroom. His mother, his stepfather there. It looks like Attorney Ben Crump is also in the room. And we also know that the NAACP President Van Turner, as I mentioned, he will be there as well, representing the family, speaking on their behalf in honor of Tyre Nicols today. And so we are also trying to bring you more details as we listen in on this case. This case has obviously got national attention here in Memphis. Lots of people have been wanting to know what is going to happen next, what these officers could face, and what other officers could be involved in this case. So right now we are taking a look on your screen. We see former Memphis police officer Demetrius Haley. Now, as you see on your screen, back in 2016, he had an incident involving excessive force against an inmate. And then again, back in 2021, we see excessive force against a woman. So those are complaints filed against him that we do know about. And we're just learning that District Attorney Steve Mulroy, as you see, he is right there speaking with the family of Tyre Nicols, speaking with his mother, his father. They have been in close communication for the past month or month and a half, really, since this whole incident happened here in Memphis. Lots of communication between the DA, the family, as they wait to see what is going to happen, how those charges are going to be presented. So, as we mentioned, those 5 officers, those 5 former officers, I should say, they are facing a number of charges today. So, second-degree murder, aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, official misconduct, and official oppression. Those are the charges that we know so far. That is what those 5 officers are facing. And as we've mentioned to you, we do know other officers were involved, and that is still under investigation. We know that there are 7 other officers who have who are being investigated with this case, but we do not have their names just yet. Memphis Police have not released that information to us. We're constantly asking those questions to bring you the latest information as we receive it. So we're going to go back to the courtroom. We see more of those officers walking in this morning. As you see them on your screen, they are now sitting down, all next to each other, getting ready for their first court appearance. This is the first time that we've seen these officers in court since this incident happened. It was January 7th when Tyre Nicols was beaten by Memphis police officers. 3 days later, we know that he died inside the hospital. And if you look in the middle, that is Officer Demetrius Haley. I know our camera is zooming in and out, but we're trying to give you a good look. Their attorneys are there this morning, and we do expect to hear from them likely shortly after today's court hearing does wrap up. Lots of attention is on Memphis this morning because this case has really rocked the entire nation. Lots of people wanting to know what's going to happen next, what other charges other officers may face. But these are the 5 that we know are first, that are going to be getting these first charges read off to them today. And we really expect to kind of continue to see what will happen in the next few weeks, few months as this court process goes on. But for those of you who are just joining us, We are in special programming right now because the 5 officers, as we've mentioned, they are making their way. They're inside the courtroom, I should say, in Shelby County Court today. It is the first time that these officers have been in court since the incident happened, for those of you who are just turning on your TVs this morning. And we have team coverage. Our Sydney Hawkins is there, our Parker King. He's inside the room. He'll be listening in to everything that's happening and bringing you all the updates later today, especially at midday. And as we zoom in, we see the officers who are there inside the courtroom. We're going to listen in right now.
Case with the indictment number 2300241. State, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
All right, gentlemen, each of you appear to have retained counsel. I'm going to go down the line of the attorneys. Mr. Massey, are you prepared to arraign your client?
I am, Your Honor. I'd like formal arraignment by reading of the indictment and a plea of not guilty. And I ask for report.
And just for the purpose of the record, your client's name.
It's Emmett Martin.
And I see Mr. Stengel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Demetrius Haley is my client. He's present in the courtroom. Wait formal reading of the indictment, enter a not guilty plea, and ask for proceeding.
Mr. Perry.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Perry on behalf of Mr. Darius Bean. At this time, we wait for formal reading of the indictment off to the court. A plea of not guilty.
Mr. Summers, I see you back there.
Yes, Your Honor. On behalf of my client, Justin Smith, Charles Summers, we waiting for more reading of the indictment and then plea of not guilty on behalf of Mr. Smith.
Mr. Fallon.
Morning, Judge. On behalf of Mr. Mills, we wait for more reading of the indictment, enter a not guilty plea.
Gentlemen, each of your attorneys have entered pleas of not guilty on your behalf. Understand that despite everyone's best effort, this case may take some time. Your attorneys are going to be receiving the discovery. Depending on how voluminous the discovery is, it may take some time for the state to collect it all, to turn it over to your attorneys. For your attorneys to review that discovery, to prepare their motions and prepare their case. So be patient. Work with your attorneys, cooperate with them, meet with them, go over the discovery. Make sure that if there are any delays, that these delays aren't on account of any of your actions. To those also in attendance, as I've explained to the defendants, this case can take some time. So we do ask for your patience, your continued patience, your continued civility in this case. We understand that there may be some high emotions in this case, but we ask that you continue to be patient with us. Everyone involved wants this case to be concluded as quickly as possible, but it's important for you all to understand that the state of Tennessee, as well as each one of these defendants, have an absolute right to a fair trial, and I will not allow any behavior that could jeopardize that right. So with that being said, we thank you all for being present. State, understanding that there may be some discovery that needs to be collected, we are going to continue this case out a little bit further to make sure that the discovery is concluded. We're going to reset this matter until May 1st, 9 a.m. State, is there anything else?
Your Honor, the only other thing on behalf of the state is I have a protective order as to each of the defendants to allow certain digital discovery video evidence to be provided.
Any objection by any of the counsel?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Massey, is there anything else on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor. We just filed our motion for discovery this morning.
All right, Mr. Ballin, anything on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Perry?
No, Your Honor, but we did file a motion for bill of particulars pursuant to Rule 7C, Tennessee Rules of Criminal Procedure.
Mr. Stengel, anything on
Nothing
behalf?
further this morning, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Summers?
Nothing further on behalf of Mr. Smith this morning, Your Honor.
All right, gentlemen, we'll see you back here May 1st on that day. And we will now excuse the defendants and their defense counsel. We're asking everyone else in the courtroom to remain in the courtroom, remain seated until you're excused.
And with regard to everybody else, I would let the court know that the family is here. For the daughter's side.
Yes, thank you. You all are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.